This is the Dodgers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers POSTCAST on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox. Thanks for joining me, covering sports in LA, dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Well, the streak has come to an end. They gave it a go. They battled right to the very end. Ninth inning, down 3. Tommy Edman, the man, stays hot, homers to make it 3-2. To keep the Dodgers from getting shut out. They hadn't been shut out in 65 games, I believe was the number. 64 or something like that. So that's nice that they didn't get shut out. But bats just weren't quite there tonight. The mindset was just a little bit off. It feels like the Dodgers right now can just sleepwalk through 5 innings and then win the game, right? And that's not always the best place to be. I'm not going to complain about the way this game looked. The bottom line was the Phillies starter was on. Luzardo was dealing, and he was tough to hit. The Dodgers had 1 hit through 6 innings. And Yamamoto was good too. He only gave up 3 hits, no runs, struck out 5 through 6 innings. So Luzardo just a tad bit better, going 7, allowing just 2 hits and striking out 8 Dodgers. They just couldn't find any rhythm offensively in the early part of this game. So, they kept scrapping, they kept dealing. The pitching was fine. That's what's good about the Dodgers right now, is that the starting pitching is good, not great. I mean, it's okay. It's great. Yeah, it's great. Sorry. Second in the league ERA with an ERA of 1.85. The bullpen ERA, which let him down tonight, Kirby Yates, 2/3 of an inning, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits, only 1 K. The bullpen ERA, which I thought would be better. I was a little surprised by this number. I've intentionally not dug into the stats just yet. I figured I'd let some games get under the belt before we start talking stats. I know baseball is a stat intensive game, but let's let them play a little. Right now they're 4th in the league prior to this game with a 1.83 ERA from the bullpen. I thought that number would be lower. The Padres bullpen is like 0.4. Man, they are lights out to start this season. They lost as well. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but they dropped their first game of the season as well. So Dodgers now 8-1 after this one, and the Padres 7-1. Padres, who'd they fall to? They lost to the Cubs 3-1 today. So that's what's going on in the National League West. It is still very, very hot, very, very tight. And I have a feeling it's going to be that way for quite a while, if not the entire season. Again, 3-2 the final tonight. When you look at this game, you think the Dodgers, they weren't completely clean. They kind of came out a little lethargic, and I guess it makes sense. Their first roadie of the year. The way they started this season at the Ravine, undefeated, all of the things were going their direction. Now, granted, this team has won 8 in a row prior to tonight, 6 of which were come from behind wins. Now you look at that and you say, that's also a very good position to be in. It's a good mindset for this Dodger team. They had the most comeback wins in the league last year, more than anybody else. So I don't think it's new for them. But sometimes you look at that and you can't rely on that, and I'm not saying they were just like, hey, it's cool, we'll come back in the 9th and win this one. But they just weren't completely on top of their game all night long. It was just a tad bit sleepy, as I said in the thumbnail. I'm all, Dodgers bats are sleepy. I felt like the whole thing was just a tad bit sleepy. Teoscar Hernandez, the first 2 hits of the game for the Dodgers, one of them a bloop to the right field. That was in the 7th. Then he stole third on a really nice play, and Kike struck out on a bad pitch down and in. The Dodgers 2 on, 2 out, rally in the 8th. Shohei smoked one down the first base line. 104 miles an hour. That one was torched and then got thrown out trying to steal. I agree with Tim right here. Still can't believe Ohtani tried to steal there in the 8th, 2 outs. He wasn't the tying run. The risk not worth reward. Absolutely correct. There was no reason for that. I was a little surprised that the Phillies didn't just give it to him, right? It's a meaningless run. They threw him out, ended the rally, though, so kudos to them. You tip their cap because Ohtani is obviously a base stealer and is tough to throw out. Craig, are you referring to the last call of the game when they threw out Chris Taylor as the bad umpire call? I don't think so. I think he got it wrong, and then they corrected it to the best of my knowledge. I came in here to the studio before. I saw the replay too many times, and I'm like, he's out. So, I appreciate them being aggressive at that point in time. Tommy Edman with the 2-run homer in the 9th was nice to see. Betts got on base with the leadoff walk. That's also a good position, to be in. And you have to appreciate Betts's mindset there. That's his job. Get on base. So he did that and gave the Dodgers a shot. So they clawed back. They made it interesting. They gave us all hope, right? That this one was going to be a win just like all the rest of them. I think we're kind of in a mindset, and I'm not rooting for them to lose by any stretch of the imagination, but we knew it was going to happen. They were not going to go 162-0. So you're going to have to lose one at some point, and let's get it over with and move on. So that's what we have here today. A valid effort, the old college try to rally back in this one and try to come from behind one more time, but they just came up a little short. Shohei Ohtani 1 for 4, Mookie Betts 0 for 3, but that meaningful walk there at the end of the game was nice to see. Tommy Edman 1 for 4. He's batting .286. I am working with a new computer over here to my right. It's one of these big, massive apples, and it is not. It's huge. It's easier to see for sure, but it's not giving me all the numbers, and I don't know why that is. Like usually we get there it is. Just because I had it shrunk down. So anyway, Tommy Edman now 286, on base percentage 297, and a slug of 714, leading the Dodgers in slugging percentage. Like to see that. Teoscar 2 for 4. He's batting .235, 297 on base, and a .471 slug. Will Smith 0 for 4. That kills a hitting streak for him, but he's batting .409, leading the Dodgers with a .591 slugging percentage. Kike 0 for 3 today, batting average below 100. Conforto 0 for Rojas 1 for 3, batting 105, and Pajes 0 for 2, batting 111. I'm honestly surprised that it's that high for Pajes. So he needs to get going. The bottom line is we had a lot of this last year. It seemed to be more of an issue last year because you needed someone in the lineup to pick up the slack. And if the bottom of the lineup wasn't doing anything, like they really aren't a lot this year, last year it seemed to be worse. Then it was a lot of pressure on the top of the lineup. And I feel like the bottom has been like Conforto's been pretty good. He's batting .318. So you can't put it on him, even though he was over today. The fact is that the bottom of the lineup has been pretty good. Rojas and Pajes have really not done a whole lot. And I know none of you are Chris Taylor fans. And I to a certain extent, am starting to wonder, what's the point? Really, honestly, what is he doing? What are we doing with Chris Taylor? He's over, he's a good guy and he's a good utility guy. He can play a lot of places, but he can't hit anymore. It's just gone. Wouldn't it be better maybe to find somebody else? Dalton Rushing, maybe. I don't know what James Outman's doing down there, but maybe bring James back up. Chris Taylor is washed. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. Nice guy. Like him. Very friendly. Easy to deal with. Works hard. Good guy. But the time has come. And it's not the reason they lost tonight. him getting thrown out there at second. But the fact is that it just feels like you need another bat at the bottom of the lineup. Freddie's going to be out for like 10 days now. So we've said this over and over through this streak that the Dodgers, if they can have 3 or 4 or 5 guys, I know it's a lot to ask for. I felt like I was being a little cocky. We just need 4 or 5 guys to be hot every day and everything's going to be fine. Well, the reality is that you're probably going to get 2 or 3 guys hot on a regular basis. If you're lucky to get 4 or 5, it makes the games a whole lot easier. So the fact of the matter is tonight, you could say they had 2 guys hot. Maybe you throw Shohei in there because he was 1 for 4. So 2, 3 guys, and just it turned out to not be enough.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Oh, you'll be talking about the Dodgers losing their first game of the season. It was bound to happen, but I felt like they had a good shot at this one with Yamamoto on the mound. In spite of Luzardo being good, tough, the Dodgers were just going to hang around. That's the way this one felt to me. It's like, yeah, you're up 1-0. That's fine. It's cool. Like, yeah, we're used to that. Turner scored on a throwing error, so it was kind of a gift run. I thought, we'll just hang around and do what they've done, right? Come back late in the game. But they were unable to do it. They came back, but just 1 short. 3-2 the final. Dodgers lose their first one of the year. I'm Pete Fox. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince doing the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast. We give you about 15 to 17 here on the postcast. Jeff and Vince will get more in depth, a deeper, more thorough examination of this game and what is going on with the Dodgers. We'll take the break and come back and talk about the player of the game. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for skilled trades. Supply House, whether you're a plumber, HVAC, or in electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, they have a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 top brands. You'll find exactly what you need delivered fast. And join the Trade Masters program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. The Trade Masters program is free and it offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts. Plus, if you use the promo code SH5 you'll get 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Tonight's episode also brought to you by Game Time. I'm a big fan of the Game Time app when it comes to buying tickets. I tell people about it all the time because it is the best way to get good deals on tickets. There's nothing better than coming to or going to a live Major League Baseball game, the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the smell of the ballpark food. And if you're looking to go last minute, Game Time makes getting tickets even easier and more affordable with their last minute deals, all in pricing and low price guarantee. Game Time takes the stress out of buying tickets. Plus, ticket prices drop as the game gets closer, meaning you'll get an incredible deal the longer you wait. The other cool thing about Game Time is their view from the seat within the app. So you can see exactly the view that you'll see from your seat, because sometimes moving over a section or back up a few rows will save you some money, but it won't change your view all that drastically. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code LOCKEDONMLB, LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Dodgers fall tonight. Tried to rally in the ninth, 3-2 the final as they come up short.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
It's got to be Tommy Edman. The 2-run home run in the ninth is what made it interesting, and he stays hot. I believe he's hit in every game for the Dodgers. Now 9 in a row for Tommy Edman. Played good defense once again, 1 for 4 with 2 RBI. Honorable mention to Teo, 2 for 4. He continues to hit the ball. I'm really surprised that his batting average is not higher at 235. But, he is a guy that is a threat all the time. When Shohei is not on base, or is, which is quite frequent, as his on base is 439. And Shohei is up. Teo is up next. It's not next, but, he's fourth lately. He's after Shohei. Let's put it that way. You feel like there is always the threat of a home run. He is a guy that can hit the ball out of the park. He puts the ball in play and is clutch and has been really good for the Dodgers to start this season. Again today, 2 for 4. As far as the turning point of this game,
time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Well, it was that 8th inning where the Dodgers had opportunities and, they just couldn't make anything happen. And conversely, the Phillies took advantage of the opportunities that were presented to them in that 7th inning. Stott singled to left, Kepler scored, Castellanos to third. It was the Kirby Yates meltdown inning. That's where they took advantage of scoring the extra runs to add on, because if they'd have gone into the 9th 1-0, like many of us thought they would, Dodgers probably win this game. So the turning point was the 2 added insurance runs by the Phils there in the 7th inning, where Kirby Yates just didn't really have it tonight. I thought maybe there was a chance he could squeak and wiggle his way out of it, but unfortunately that would not be the case. So as far as the rest of the Dodgers bullpen tonight, Garcia was fine, 1 1/3, no runs on no hits and 1 K. So a good performance from Yamamoto. Again, I feel like Yamamoto is a much better, more dominant pitcher this year for the Dodgers than he was last year. The splitter was good, not as great as we've seen. He relied on the fastball a little bit more for strikeouts tonight. I believe he had 3 4-seamers and 2 splitters as the hammer in his 5 strikeouts, but 97 pitches, a really nice outing for him to keep the Dodgers in this one and give them a chance at winning. But Luzardo was a touch better, getting the win for the Phils. 2-0 for him, going 7, striking out 8 Dodgers. Phillies are now 6-1, undefeated at Citizens Bank. The Dodgers 8-1, 2-1 on the road. The big thing coming out of this series for me is the Dodgers have lost 3 consecutive series in a row to the Phillies. So it'd be nice to take 2 out of 3 from the Phillies, and they got to start by winning tomorrow to get that done. That's going to do it for us here tonight on the Locked On Dodgers postcast. Again, don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince with the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast right here on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, Monday through Friday for those guys. They'll probably be on here shortly, breaking this one down and giving you the latest on their feelings about what's going on with the Dodgers after their first loss of the season. I will talk to you tomorrow. Will not be here in the home studio. I'll be working at USC tomorrow, doing some tennis stuff and watching the game on my phone. And then I'm going to find a quiet corner somewhere there in the tennis stadium and do the postcast, because it is an early start tomorrow of 1 o'clock Pacific. And then Sunday, it's a 10:30 start for the finale of this series. As for the matchup tomorrow, we will have Roki Sasaki looking to bounce back from that pretty ugly outing last time out against Aaron Nola, who is always tough. Again, game underway at 1 o'clock, and we'll talk right after it is over. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel or the Locked On Dodgers YouTube feed. The place to hang out when every game is done. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate the comments. We will talk tomorrow. Take care.